Informative, incisive, intensive.
Headlines is sponsored by Wonder Cement. एक perfect शुरुआत.
Campaigning for Delhi Assembly elections gains momentum. Union Home Minister Amit Shah and BJP National President JP Nadda to address public meetings in national capital. Union Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to interact with traders. AAP Chief and Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal to hold roadshows. In first Mann Ki Baat of the new year, Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlights the recent agreement on settlement of Bru-Riyang tribals to stress that violence is not a solution of any problem, says all issues can be resolved peacefully through dialogue. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro says India and Brazil have drawn up an ambitious action plan for implementing strategic partnership between the two countries. An exclusive interview to Doordarshan News Network elaborates that Brazil is keen to deepen cooperation with India in the sphere of energy. China beefs up nationwide action as novel coronavirus kills 80, infects over 2,700 in the country. Chinese authorities say coronavirus is infectious in its incubation period before symptoms show, making it harder to contain. In sports, American basketball legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter dead in helicopter crash in Southern California. NBA says devastated by tragic incident. Tributes from politicians, fellow sports stars and celebrities pouring. Many express shock. Simona Halep in Australian Open in quarterfinals, while Rohan Bopanna reaches final 8 in mixed doubles. Leander Paes also crosses first hurdle in mixed doubles.
Headlines was sponsored by Wonder Cement. एक perfect शुरुआत.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukmaina. Top story. Union Home Minister and BJP leader Amit Shah will hold public rallies at Rithala and Shani Chowk in Janakpuri in Delhi today as part of campaigning for the assembly elections in Delhi. BJP President JP Nadda will also hold 3 rallies at Rajinder Nagar, Delhi Cantonment and Moti Nagar. Union Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal to interact with traders at Kedarnath Sahni Auditorium Civic Centre. Meanwhile, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal will hold roadshows at Narela, Bawana and Gandhinagar today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in his Mann Ki Baat program. Prime Minister said that violence does not solve any problem. He also appealed to people to shun violence and find the solution to problems in a peaceful manner. PM Modi also cited various examples, including the recent agreement on the settlement of Bru-Riyang tribals to solve the problems through peaceful means. He also gave other examples where people have shunned the path of violence and joined the mainstream. He gave, for example, the incident of Assam, January 23rd, when 644 militants from 8 outfits laid down their arms in Guwahati to join the mainstream. Similarly, last year in Tripura, he spoke of how 80 people shunned violence and returned once again to the mainstream.
हिंसा किसी समस्या का समाधान नहीं करती। दुनिया की किसी भी समस्या का हल कोई दूसरी समस्या पैदा करने से नहीं, बल्कि अधिक से अधिक समाधान ढूंढकर ही हो सकता है। आइए हम सब मिलकर एक ऐसे नए भारत के निर्माण में जुट जाएं, जहां शांति हर सवाल के जवाब का आधार हो, एकजुटता हर समस्या के समाधान के प्रयास में हो और भाईचारा हर विभाजन और बंटवारे की कोशिश को नाकाम करे।
The Prime Minister said he was happy at the fact that the recently concluded Khelo India Youth Games in Guwahati proved that interest towards sports among school children is on the rise. He's speaking about the games. He said 80 records were broken, and of these 56 by girls. Prime Minister hailed the achievement of daughters in the Khelo India Youth Games and also expressed happiness over the fact that sports persons from among the underprivileged have done so well in the games. He appealed to all countrymen to enhance physical activity in their daily routine. Over 65,000 schools have achieved the Fit India School certificates through online registration. PM requested the remaining schools of the country also to become Fit India School by combining sports and physical activities with studies.
साथियों 22 जनवरी को ही गुवाहाटी में तीसरे खेलो इंडिया गेम्स का समापन हुआ है। इसमें विभिन्न राज्यों के लगभग 6,000 खिलाड़ियों ने हिस्सा लिया। आपको ये जानकर आश्चर्य होगा कि खेलों के इस महोत्सव के अंदर 80 रिकॉर्ड टूटे और मुझे गर्व है कि जिनमें से 56 रिकॉर्ड तोड़ने का काम हमारी बेटियों ने किया है। ये सिद्धि बेटियों के नाम हुई है। मैं सभी विजेताओं के साथ इसमें हिस्सा लेने वाले सभी प्रतिभागियों को बधाई देता हूं।
In an exclusive interview with DD India, Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro said that India and Brazil have drawn up an ambitious action plan to further boost strategic ties. President Bolsonaro said that in his talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they discussed shared interests and the desire to see both Brazil and India become permanent members of the United Nations Security Council.
We do have a great deal of shared interests and desires, such as, for example, joining the UN Security Council. Brazil and India account for 1.5 billion inhabitants, and we rank among the world's 10 largest economies. And our closer ties and relations will certainly ensure that the world will look at us in a different light.
The Brazilian president, who attended the Republic Day celebrations as a chief guest, described ties between the two countries as perfect.
We have a great deal in common, and there are things that Brazil needs from India, and there are things that India needs from Brazil. So I think I can describe this marriage pretty much as a perfect marriage.
He said his country was keen to deepen cooperation with India in spheres such as energy.
Brazil has the world's best and the lowest cost ethanol from sugarcane. It's widely available in India as well, as we know. We are ready to offer India technology to obtain high-quality ethanol like ours. It'll be good for India, especially because given the environmental concern, of course, we will be able to help fight air pollution or environmental pollution, which is the case here and was or used to be the case in the state of São Paulo. On the technology front, Brazil lags way behind as compared to other countries in the world, and India, by contrast, is way ahead vis-a-vis Brazil on the technology front. So if we can achieve good partnerships, of course, the partnerships will be most welcome.
And the Weather Department has issued a warning for heavy rain and snowfall in Himachal Pradesh, even as there was some respite for Kashmir, where the mercury continues its upward trend. In Himachal Pradesh, the Met Department has forecast rain and snowfall in middle and high hills of the state from January today till Wednesday and on January 31st. It has also issued a yellow warning of heavy rain and snowfall for tomorrow. For other parts of the country, a cyclonic circulation over parts of Rajasthan and South Gujarat may cause light, unseasonal rains in Saurashtra region and in Vadodara district, which may lead to rise in maximum temperatures by 2 to 3 degrees, followed by a gradual fall in minimum temperatures over another 2 days. Meanwhile, very light rain or drizzle might occur over most places of Delhi, Guru and Gurugram in the next 2 hours. The government has taken various initiatives for the promotion of digital payments and moving towards cashless economy. Several measures were proposed in the budget 2019-20 to promote digital payment further. The Finance Ministry in a tweet shared the data of digital transactions. Also, it has shared various services provided for digital payments. And according to an update by the Health Ministry, a total of 29,707 passengers from 137 flights have been screened so far, of which 4,359 passengers of 22 flights were screened yesterday. No case of coronavirus has been found till date. In response to a confirmed case of the virus in Nepal, India has stepped up vigilant districts bordering Nepal. Health teams have been deployed at the border outposts with Nepal at Jula Ghat and Jaul Jibi in Pithoragarh district of Uttarakhand. Meanwhile, the External Affairs Ministry has said that as of now, no Indian in China has been affected by the virus outbreak, and the embassy in Beijing is in close touch with all Indians, including university students in Wuhan and elsewhere in Hubei province. The Indian Embassy has opened a third hotline to cater to queries of Indians. Again, Ravish Kumar, spokesperson, External Affairs Ministry, also shared updates through a series of tweets. He said, our embassy in Beijing is in close touch with Indian citizens, including students, to extend assistance, including on possible travel options out of Hubei province. We are also closely coordinating with Chinese authorities. As of now, we understand that no Indian citizen has been affected by the outbreak and food and water supplies are available to them. Our embassy and consulates general in China will continue to work with Chinese authorities to try and facilitate Indian citizens caught up in these difficult circumstances. Our embassy in Beijing has opened 3 hotlines to respond to concerns of those affected by this situation and is continuing to respond to concerns on currently available information. The death toll in the coronavirus outbreak in China has gone up to 80, and the number of infected cases across China has touched 2,700. Wuhan, capital of Hubei province and epicenter of the outbreak, says it would suspend visa and passport services for Chinese citizens until January 30th to strengthen control of the virus. The city government is also now setting up a second 1,300-bed coronavirus hospital to receive patients, in addition to a 1,000-bedded hospital which will be functional by the 3rd of February. Meanwhile, China has allocated special funds of $1.61 billion to combat the Wuhan coronavirus, targeting disease and pneumonia treatments and medical equipment procurement. The World Health Organization chief will reach Beijing today to take stock of the situation and to understand and support the efforts by the Chinese government to respond to the virus outbreak. In a tweet, WHO said it has activated global networks of experts and is trying to activate the response system in various affected countries. China is working on the development of a vaccine which may take some time. Meanwhile, China has extended its week-long Spring Festival break till the 2nd of February. In an effort to contain the virus, it is mobilizing doctors, medical staff and health equipment from other provinces to Wuhan, as the city is not able to cater to the needs of ballooning cases of infections. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has instructed officials to bring back all Sri Lankans, including students in Wuhan and Sichuan provinces of China, where the coronavirus is fast spreading. Meanwhile, 4 suspected cases of the virus have surfaced, leading health authorities to take precautionary measures. In Thailand, meanwhile, cases of the disease have risen to 8. 3 of the infected are being treated and 5 recovered and have been discharged. The country's health minister called an emergency meeting with the transport and tourism ministries yesterday to discuss the situation. Thailand has the most confirmed cases of the new coronavirus outside China. French Prime Minister also called an emergency meeting with ministers to discuss the epidemic. France confirmed 3 cases of the virus in the country. South Korea's Center for Disease Control and Prevention has confirmed the third case of coronavirus. The country has decided to classify all parts of China as contaminated from the 28th of January. In Canada, meanwhile, an individual who was declared the country's first presumptive confirmed case of the virus is being treated in a public hospital and in isolation. In Austria, a Chinese flight attendant displaying flu-like symptoms is under observation in a Vienna hospital for possible coronavirus infection, though it is still not confirmed whether the patient tested positive for the virus. In Hong Kong, the number of confirmed cases in the city climbed to 6 yesterday as fears about the virus outbreak intensify. Calls have grown for Hong Kong's government to block the financial hub's border with mainland China to minimize the risk of infection. And initiating the screening of people the patient was in contact with, but none have so far showed symptoms of the infection in India. The ruling Nepal Communist Party's Agni Sapkota has been elected Speaker of the House of Representatives, the lower house of parliament in Nepal. He was elected unopposed. A meeting of the House of Representatives was held in Kathmandu yesterday to elect the Speaker. His name was proposed by the NCP Subhash Chandra Nembang. Sapkota is scheduled to take oath of office in secrecy today. The post of Speaker was lying vacant since October last year after Krishna Bahadur Mahara resigned following allegations of attempted rape. And Britain has unveiled a new 50-pence coin minted to mark the country's departure from the EU. The coin bears the inscription, "Peace, prosperity and friendship with all nations." Nearly 3 million of the coins will be distributed from banks, post offices and shops from January 31st, the day when Brexit will be done. Britain will leave the EU at 2300 GMT on January 31st. And in latest news about the earthquake in Turkey recently, a young child and her mother were pulled out alive from under a collapsed building in Elazığ as Turkey began winding down its rescue operations following the earthquake that killed nearly 40 people a few days ago. Rescuers who heard their screams took several hours to reach them in temperatures as low as -4 degrees Celsius. Both were rescued alive and unharmed. Rescue teams supported by thousands of emergency workers from other provinces and by hundreds of volunteers had pulled 45 people from under the rubble since the quake. US basketball legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna are among 9 people who died in a helicopter crash in the city of Calabasas in California. Bryant, a 5-time NBA champion, was traveling in a private helicopter when it came down and burst into flames. LA Lakers fans, politicians, celebrities and fellow sports stars have been pouring in, mainly expressing shock at his sudden death.
Kobe Bryant, who won 5 NBA championships with the Los Angeles Lakers, was considered one of basketball's all-time greats, was killed in a helicopter crash near Los Angeles along with all 4 others on board. Among the dead was Bryant's 13-year-old daughter Gianna. The chopper went down in a remote field about 40 miles northwest of central Los Angeles.
There were no survivors. We have a manifest that indicates that there was 9 people on board the aircraft, the pilot plus 8 individuals.
From an early age, Bryant was already attracting national attention while still in high school. He went straight from school to the NBA, foregoing a college career. He played his entire 20-year career with Los Angeles Lakers, where he won 5 championships with the team and was named an All-Star on 18 occasions. He retired in 2016 as the NBA's 3rd highest all-time scorer. He also won gold medals with Team USA at the 2008 and 2012 Olympics. Such was his charisma that the news of his death showed an outpour of emotions and messages on social media. US President Donald Trump acknowledged the death of legend Kobe Bryant in California helicopter crash on Sunday, calling it a terrible news in a tweet. Former US President Barack Obama wrote on Twitter, "Kobe was a legend on the court and was just getting started in what would have been just as meaningful a second act. Former LA Lakers president Magic Johnson, a 5-time NBA champion in the 1980s, tweeted, "Kobe was a leader of our game, a mentor to both male and female players." Bryant moved into the media following his retirement in 2018. He won an Oscar for Best Animated Short for a film called Dear Basketball. Kobe Bryant will be remembered most for inspiring people around the world to pick up a basketball and compete to the very best of their ability. Sports Desk, DD India.
Fourth seed Simona Halep overcame a gutsy display from Elise Mertens to secure her place in the Australian Open quarterfinals with a 6-4, 6-4 win. The 2018 finalist was a break-up in the first set and 2 breaks up in the second, but saw her advantage eroded by the Belgian 16th seed in both sets. Rohan Bopanna and his Ukrainian partner Nadia Kichenok have progressed to the mixed doubles quarterfinals. They defeated the team of Nicole Melishar and Bruno Sor 6-4, 7-6 in their second round. Leander Paes and Yelena Ostapenko reached the mixed doubles second round. Paes and Ostapenko erased a 1-set deficit to edge out local wildcard entrants Tom Sanders and Mark Polman 6-7, 6-3, 10-6 in the opening round. Paes is competing in his last Australian Open, having announced that 2020 is his final year on the pro circuit. They will next face American Bethany Mattek-Sands and Briton Jamie Murray. Fifth seed Dominic Thiem was in ruthless form as he beat Cale Monfils in straight sets to reach the first Australian Open quarterfinal. The Austrian did not face a single break point. In a 6-2, 6-4, 6-4 win over the French 10 seed, he will now face the winner of Monday's highly anticipated match between world number 1 Rafael Nadal and Australia's Nick Kyrgios. KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer played knocks of 57 and 44 respectively as India defeated New Zealand by 7 wickets in the second T20 of the 5-match series on Sunday. With this win, India has gained a 2-0 lead in the 5-match T20 series.
India defeated New Zealand by 7 wickets in the second 2020 international at Auckland's Eden Park, thereby tightening its grip in the 5-match 2020 international series. New Zealand captain Kane Williamson won the toss and elected to bat first. Kiwis posted a modest 132 for 5 wickets, which was merely a cakewalk for the visitors. The Black Caps struggled a bit on a slow wicket. Opener Martin Guptill and wicket-keeper batsman Tim Seifert helped the side put on board something to fight for India. Indian bowlers put a great show. Shami, Bumrah, Chahal, all of them chipped in with crucial bowling spells. But it was Jadeja who bowled the match-defining one. He never let the opposition off the hook as visitors managed to restrict the Kiwis to 132. In reply, chasing a target of 133 runs, India suffered 2 early blows as they lost Rohit Sharma and skipper Virat Kohli inside the power play. Tim Southee provided New Zealand with the breakthrough in the first over itself when he got Rohit Sharma caught in the slip. Indian skipper got out after edging a wayward leg stump delivery straight to the wicket-keeper after scoring 11 runs. New Zealand held back their spinners too, but Rahul and Iyer settled down in this passage of play. Both of them batted in extreme contrast to their swashbuckling knocks in the previous match to stitch a 86-run stand for the 3rd wicket, pushing India ever so close to the target. Rahul scored his 2nd consecutive 50 of the series and 11th overall of his 2020 international career. Iyer fell 6 runs short of his half-century. He was caught by Tim Southee off the bowling of Ish Sodhi. However, when Iyer departed, there was not much left in the game and Shivam Dube finished things off in style with a 6, with 15 balls left to play. Rahul was adjudged the player of the match for his match-winning 50. Sports Desk, DD News.
That's all we have for you in this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned. Namaskar.